You're tuned in to the Kansas City Weather Report, your daily source for the latest local forecast right here in KC. Whether you're planning your commute, weekend barbecue, or just trying to figure out if you need that extra layer, Wes has you covered. So let's dive into today's forecast.
Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Peary. Today is Monday, March 9th, and here is what's up with the weather. Got a little busy there on Friday night, eh? Just decided to get a scare there. Mother Nature decided to give about 2 million people a scare. As soon as those thunderstorms moved into Kansas City, they turned severe, ended up dropping a tornado. Hang around to the end of the podcast, and I'll get into more detail about that. But for those of you that are just here for the weather forecast, let me give you what you want. It's a little breezy out there this morning. That being said, it's like 50 to 55, clear skies. And if you're listening to this before 7:40, the sun is not up yet. It is still dark outside. It's still dark. 7:42 is the sunrise time this morning. About 50 out the door. Lunchtime, beautiful. Like 65 degrees, sunny, a little breezy. We're pushing 80 today. The record for today is 77 from 2021, which compared to the days around it, like the days around it are like 79 and 84 for the record. So this is a rather easy one to beat for whatever reason. But we're probably going to beat it today because I think it's somewhere between 75 and 80 degrees for the high. Dinner time temperatures are still at about 75 degrees. We'll go from clear skies to mostly cloudy skies by Tuesday morning. Tuesday is another threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms, and it may come in two parts, rather. It may come in two parts. Chance for some afternoon isolated severe thunderstorms. If the sun can come out Tuesday afternoon and stay out for a decent bit, we may get some legitimate strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, there might be rain that comes through on Tuesday afternoon in general because there's just so much moisture being pumped up that you could just get some scattered showers and non-severe thunderstorms. But if there's sun, it's a chance for all types of severe thunderstorms. Damaging wind gusts, hail, tornadoes, even flash flooding. It's rained so much over the past week that flash flooding is now something that we have to keep an eye on as we get more rounds of thunderstorms. And that becomes a concern with the Tuesday night situation. As the front begins to move through, storms then develop along the front, and that is more of a flash flooding and a wind damage situation. Tornadoes aren't out of the question, but this line of thunderstorms is coming in at a different angle. For instance, on Friday night, it was coming in from Lawrence. This line of thunderstorms is coming in from St. Joseph. So it's a little bit more difficult to get tornadoes to develop on that, but you still could get severe weather. So really good bet of just thunderstormy kind of night, Tuesday and into Wednesday. By the way, if you were legitimately underneath a tornado warning on Friday night and you did not get an alert on your phone, you need to go to your notification settings, go to your notifications and find emergency alerts and turn those on and make sure that it's always on. So if you're asleep, it'll ignore your sleep settings and just wake you up. Make sure that's turned on for Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, rain may linger into the morning commute, mess things up there a little bit, and the sunshine tries to come out on Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday is going to be a pretty brisk day. Feels like 45 in the afternoon. Wednesday morning may feel like freezing and only about 45 in the afternoon, again with some sunshine trying to come out. And then we may quickly warm back up into the 60s. And full disclosure here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, very low confidence in what happens with the weather. This could easily be a 10-degree swing from what I'm telling you this morning to what I'm telling you tomorrow morning. Okay? Just know that. But I think Thursday, we're somewhere near 60. We're trying to get it back up into the 60s with sunshine. Friday, again, we're somewhere near 60. Maybe like 60 to 65. And then Saturday is the day in which it's like somewhere between, 55 and 75. Yeah. Saturday, I don't know. But I do think Sunday gets cooler And Sunday into Monday, it gets much cooler. These weather models are spitting out a little bit of light snow somewhere nearby, which is completely believable because it's March. This stuff happens. And temperatures on Monday morning and Monday night into Tuesday morning are in the 20s. So if things line up well enough with some moisture still there, yeah, we might get some light snow there. That'd be fun. Very March like. Monday, 30s for highs, near 40, just to play it safe right now. But it's looking like it'll be in the 30s for highs. And then next Tuesday, we'll try to warm back up, 46 degrees there. And I think Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day? Is that Tuesday? Hold on, let me double check. Yes, Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. But the big celebration is Snake Saturday. That is this Saturday. And that's the day I don't know what's going to happen on. Oh gosh, I just realized something. That's tough. Okay. We'll play Saturday by ear. But if it's 75, it's great for a St. Patrick's Day parade, right? Fantastic. But as we get into St. Patrick's Day, again, I think it's a little cooler. But then the following Wednesday and Thursday, that's the 18th and the 19th, we'll try to get back up to the 50s and maybe into the 60s as well. A lot going on with that. This is fun. This is March weather. This is some fun stuff right here. So the gist of the forecast is it's pretty warm today. Chance for strong to severe thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, with also some flash flooding and heavy rainfall in general. Cooler and windy Wednesday, warming back up by the end of the week, and then more rain or some type of precipitation for next Sunday and Monday. Let's recap it. Pushing 80 today and sunny. Near 80 for Tuesday, the chance of some afternoon thunderstorms with severe weather possible again Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night with rainfall lasting into Sunday morning. Lasting into Wednesday morning. Not even close. Highs Wednesday near 50, near 60 for Thursday and Friday, and somewhere between 55 and 65 for Saturday. And then 50s and 40s Sunday into Monday and Tuesday with a chance of some precip there. Okay, let's get into this tornado that moved through on Friday. And I got to tell you, when this line of storms was coming through, and it was in Lawrence, did not look that bad. From a weather perspective here, so there's a cold front coming through, and rain can be ahead of the front, on the front, behind the front. As these storms were coming through, initially they were behind the front, so they're doing nothing. We're in a tornado watch. There is no severe weather ongoing. There's nothing. As soon as this line gets near Lawrence, then it starts to catch back up to the cold front and gets along the cold front. That means it can then become severe. So that's why around 11, sometime between 11 and 11:30, pretty much everybody in Kansas City was put underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. And then everything came together perfectly. Lake Quivira, Shawnee at around 11:30, 11:34 is what it says exactly. An EF0 tornado developed. It went down West 55th Street, essentially parallel to West 55th Street, to I-35, cut through the corner of Wyandotte County, southeastern Wyandotte County, then went into like Mission, Miriam, Roland Park, right? Right there along Miriam Lane, I think is what it was. Okay, and then it goes past the state line, and then it's in a Midtown, which I don't know if you know where Midtown is, but it's like between KCK and Westport. And then the National Weather Service path graphic stops in like the parking lot of the Sunfresh on Southwest Trafficway. So I don't know if the tornado actually made it into the Sunfresh parking lot, but it's essentially at Southwest Trafficway where this EF0 tornado stopped. EF0, 75 mile per hour winds, was on the ground for 11 minutes, was 50 yards wide. And for this type of tornado, that is decently impressive to be on the ground. If this was like an individualized thunderstorm, called a supercell, right? A 10-minute tornado, super duper plausible. It happens all the time. But since it was embedded within a line, you don't get these 10-minute plus tornadoes too often. The weakness of it makes sense. EF0, that isn't surprising. But for it to be on the ground for that long, and so these are also notoriously hard to warn for. You don't have a whole lot of lead time whenever we're seeing this on radar and saying, oh, this is about to produce a tornado. Because it's a 5-minute process from essentially a roughly 5-minute process, right? From when the warning gets issued to when your sirens go off to when it hits your phone. And this has been streamlined as much as possible. And I don't know if like the National Weather Service has the ability to trigger your phones, but it has been streamlined as much. But still, just this tornado would develop so fast that by the time the warning can get drawn up and everything gets disseminated through its services, the tornado had probably already been on the ground for a few minutes, and then everybody got their alerts. It's really, really difficult to warn these and to get it out as fast as possible. Because by the time it's out, the tornado's already on the ground. Super difficult. But thankfully, no injuries. A bunch of trees were down, of course. I mean, if you know that part of Kansas City, lots of trees. It is, and I say this with all respect to people that lost trees and everything like that. Like, I feel for you, that's a super duper expensive process. If that tornado would have kept going into Westport, it's Westport on a Friday night. It's in like the 60s. It's midnight. This could have ended up being a lot worse because you know people are out and about at Westport at that time. So very sorry for those of you that are having to pay thousands of dollars to get trees off your roof and off your home and you lost your cars. Like, I hate that for you. That's very sad. I hope it never happened to me. But thank goodness that nobody got hurt and that tornado dissipated when it did. Because it could have been a lot worse. My gosh. Okay. Thanks for listening to this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. You can find me on social media at Wes Weather. I have a newsletter going out today. Usually goes out on Thursdays, but since there's the chance for thunderstorms on Tuesday, I'll send it out today. And maybe do another one on Thursday. The app is still in development. I still am working with a small group of beta testers, and I get emails and messages every single day from people wanting to become a beta tester, and I promise I see it, but I don't want to expose this to a ton of people yet. I want to work out like 99.9% of the kinks to a small group of people. Then once a bunch of other beta testers get a hold of it, I want a lot of it to already be worked out because I want someone to get this app and be like, oh, this doesn't work or do anything. It's working great. And I'm getting some great positive feedback. I just want to make sure all my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted. So if you sent me an email or a message, I promise I'm seeing it and I'll get back to you. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.